الحمد لله رب العالمين ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. It's so much that I can say about the physical aspects of Hajj, and like you said before, the adab and stuff like that. But as we are training to go forth, we are going to have classes on that to prepare for that journey, inshallah ta'ala, for Umrah and Hajj, inshallah ta'ala. But for me personally, I just want to say a few things, and then I'll take your questions, what I got out of it. And I shared this with Brother Saifuddin, and I shared this with Abdullah. One of the things that, when I left here, I had a lot of uncertainty in my heart about certain things. And one was being the imam of this masjid. Because I felt that I was out of my element. And my brother, I thank Allah for him. I mean, we have, in the months that we've been here, I've had some very dear to my heart conversations with my brother. And he has given me insight into certain things by Allah Ta'ala's permission, and given me comfort in a lot of things by Allah Ta'ala's permission. And I couldn't see what he saw because I was insecure within my own heart. Because again, I thought that I was out of my element. I was never out of my element because I was in California. I was always in my element because I was among the believers of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You follow what I'm saying? So one of the things that happened to me is that Allah Ta'ala gave me security in where I'm at, why I'm here, and what I'm supposed to do. Wallahi, I am very secure in where I'm at, why I'm here, and what I'm supposed to be doing. I look at myself as a lamppost for my people, okay, or for the Muslims of this Jama'at. Just a lamppost. There are many lampposts. There are many people that Allah Ta'ala has blessed with aql, with intellect, with hikmah, with ilm than myself. But there is a reason why Allah Ta'ala placed me here. There is a reason. I don't have to know all of the reasons why Allah Ta'ala put me here. Only thing I have to do is submit that Allah put me here. Okay? So that was one of the things of clarity that came to me in Hajj. The other thing of clarity that came to me in Hajj was that we take this deen for granted. We take the rahmah that Allah Ta'ala bless us with every single day for granted. There is so many hasanat, there is so much ajr that comes down from Allah Ta'ala's throne that we just throw away. We don't even recognize. And that is because we do not have shukr. We don't have gratitude. We are very, very ungrateful ummah. Not just individuals, ummah. And I say ingratitude because I met people that never even stepped on an escalator before. This brother was trying to get his wife to get on the escalator. And she was like, no, I don't want to go on that. Right? She was doing it. I think she was from Bangladesh, so she was doing it in Bengali. She was like, no. You can just tell when somebody don't want to do that, right? It's no. So he was like, so he showed her, like he would step on the step and then step back, right? So he's holding her, and so eventually she's holding him so tight. If he would have fell, they would have all tumbled down. They would have both tumbled down the escalator. And so she got on it and she freezed. She was stiff going down, and she was terrified. She was terrified. So now I can only imagine where she's from, the type of amenities that she has in her house, the type of things she don't have around us. Look, making tawaf, or making the circulation around the Kaaba is a form of salah. You are actually performing a salah. You have people taking selfies, man. Doing Hajj. Doing Umrah. They're taking pictures, they're doing everything. Every picture that I sent you was before I started what I was doing. Every picture that I did. The picture that I sent out of the Kaaba, the Prophet ﷺ said that you should lower your gaze as you're entering the Musalla. And when you look up, your first vision should be of the Kaaba. And when you first see it, whatever dua that you make at that time, Allah Ta'ala will answer it. I didn't have no time to be taking no pictures, man. So it was after my dua and what I made, and my dua was, Ya Allah, allow every member of Masjid Ibrahim to see what I see. And I turned on my phone for, I think it was like 11 seconds of that, because I wanted you to see it. I wanted you to see how powerful that is. The third thing that came to me on Hajj, that besides that I'm ungrateful, despite the fact that I'm not the best husband, that I'm not the best father, is that we need to stop proclaiming things that we are not. I don't care what your minhaj is. I don't care if you are Tabliki, I don't care if you are Salafiyya, I don't care if you are of the Tariq or the Sawaf, I don't care. It means nothing to Allah Ta'ala. Wallahi uqsimi billah. Because when you adorn the Ihram, and the whole purpose of that is the low man has no authority over the poor man, and the poor man has no authority over the rich. You are coming because for men and those who have been there, you know, for those 2 days when you're in Ihram, either for Umrah or Hajj, there is no underwear. We are not wearing. We got that towel wrapped around us. We got that towel over us. We are coming to Allah like we came through the womb of our mothers, because the first thing they did when you take that baby out, they wipe that baby off and they wrap it up. That's what's happening to us in the house of Allah. You are going back and you are asking Allah to erase every black dot in your book. Can you imagine that? Think about that. Just think about right now. Allah said, I can wipe everything clean. Everything. Your book is brand spanking new. What would you do for that? What would you do for Allah Ta'ala to get that? That's what I was trying to learn. That's what I needed to learn. Because I found myself not only insecure with myself and insecure in the position, but at the same time saying that Allah is in control of everything. You see the contradiction in that? You can't profess that Allah is in control of everything and still try to control everything. You can't profess that Allah Ta'ala is in control and Allah Ta'ala is Akbar, and at the same time, oh, I'm going to do this my way. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. At the same time, you can't profess that you believe in Allah Azza wa Jal and you follow the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and you deny what Allah Ta'ala gives you. You may not like what Allah Ta'ala gave you or give you, but He gave it to you for a reason. Now, the amanas that Allah Ta'ala give us, whether it's one wife, whether it's 2 wives, whether it's 3 wives, whether it's 4 wives, whether it's a bunch of children, whether it's business, whether it's money, whatever it is, that's an amana for you. That's a trust that Allah Ta'ala has given you. And if you misuse a trust that Allah Ta'ala give you, may Allah Ta'ala have mercy on you. That's how serious this thing is. So when Allah Ta'ala invites you to his house, that is a trust upon you. And you have to take it as a trust. And you have to take it because when you get to Arafat, Allah Ta'ala says that every salat that you make in Arafat is worth 50,000 salats. Every salat. Every salat is worth 50,000 salats. SubhanAllah, man. Come on. We playing with this deen. There's so much that we need to learn about the Quran and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's so many things we have to learn that we have to recite. The brother said it today in the meeting. We need to know that you need to be reciting Surah Yasin every day. You need to be reciting Surah Qaf on Yawm al-Jum'ah. You need to be reciting Ayatul Kursi after your salat. You need to be dhikring. You need to be asking or sending salawats on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You need to know these things. You want to stay out of poverty? You want to have some money in your pocket? Read Surah Waqiyah between Maghrib and Isha every day. Do these things. Stop coming around just like, oh, I'm Muslim, I make the 5 salats, I fast, I give a little sadaqah, astaghfirullah. I'm all right. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, we not. No, we not. No, we not. We not all right. Because I saw people in the house of Allah that had, if they had any knowledge, it was very little. But they had zeal. And because of that, when they saw the Kaaba, the difference between them and me, they broke down where they could not move. The tears just started flowing from their eyes. That didn't happen to me until I got to Arafat. Because I'm still trying to figure this thing out. I'm trying to figure out where am I supposed to feel? What am I supposed to feel? How am I supposed to feel it? And I'm overthinking it instead of just submitting. So when I got to Arafat, and we were walking, because Arafat now is flat, except for a few little hills and mountains that still left that the government hasn't torn down. So when you were standing, so we was in where the Mount Arafat was, so we left that area and we went out, me and some other brothers, and we were standing on this mount, I think it's Jabal Rahmah. Jabal Rahmah, the mountain of mercy. And we're standing there, and I lost it. Because I said, one of the, I'm not going to say my whole dua, because this is where I prayed. Everybody that gave me a dua, this is where I made your dua at. I had papers in my pocket. And I was crying so hard, somebody's paper got wet, and I couldn't see it. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Did he say this bad, right? But I lost it, and I said, Ya Allah, I am wretched. I am truly wretched because I am ungrateful. And I said, if you don't remove this from my heart, for surely I am doomed. And I'm doing it by my own hands. And a lot of things, dear beloved Muslims, that happen to us that's wrong, it's by our own hands. You can call it a trial and a test all you want, but you brought upon the test and you brought upon the trial. So since you brought upon the test with your own hands, the trial, the guilty or the innocent verdict is going to be by your own hands. Because in between that, you can think that you count on Allah or you depend on Allah. A'udhu billah, you using your own hikmah to get through whatever your hands started you to do. Wallahi, take advantage of what Allah Ta'ala has given us. Humble yourselves and have more gratitude. Allah, nowhere in the Quran did Allah promise us ease without hardship. The two go hand in glove, right? Inna ma'a usri, yusra. Inna ma'a usri, yusra. Both go hand in glove. Just like salah and zakat. You want praise to Allah? Then you have to give in the path of Allah. That means the first sadaqah is service to Allah. You have to make yourself serviceable for Allah. You can't be no broke down jalopy halfway doing it. All of us are on different levels. And Allah Ta'ala has given all of us the ability to do something, if not everything. Be comfortable where you at and give where you can give. And Allah will multiply it. And you could find yourself of the people of Jannah. Because that's all we're looking for. That's all we all want. And I swear by Allah, when I left Arafat, not only was I sick, but I didn't want to come back. Wallahi, I did not want to come back. I love my wife, but I didn't want to come back. I love my children, but I was like, bump it. I'm serious. Because to get away from TV, to get away from fussing, from getting away from arguing, from getting away from differences, from getting away from this and that, and you can just totally, for 17 days, turn your total attention to Allah, you ain't got to worry about driving nowhere. You ain't got to worry about no food. Who want to come back? I tell you this and I'll take your questions. After every single salat, there was a salatul janazah. Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. There was a salatul janazah. And the brothers that was up front, as soon as they tasleemed out, they was running to get to the Baqi. Because if you die in Medina, you are getting buried in the Baqi, where there are Sahaba, and most likely your grave will be on top of one of the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or of the Tabi'un, or the Tabi'un. That's where you're getting buried. And that grave goes for as far as the eye can see. So people came to Hajj, never left Medina to make their Hajj. May Allah give them Jannah. I swear to you, and I plead with you, my brothers and sisters, thank Allah much for whatever you have. If there's something in your life that needs to be changed, ask Allah for it and change it. Stop procrastinating. Stop hesitating. Truly fear Allah and depend on Allah. Because if we get that kind of iman, we can take this thing, man. Because I'm telling you, people ain't got it. Abu Dhabi and Dubai, that's the Kufar's playground. They serving wine on the plane. Even Turkish Airlines and, Saudi didn't do it, but Turkish Airlines didn't do it, and the other airline was on. Emirates didn't do it. But Etihad, E-I-T-H-A-D, Etihad, they serve white and red wine with your dinner. I'm telling you, Allah says that in the Quran, that if you don't go forth in the path of Allah, He will remove you and take it from you and give it to another people. And they won't be like you. They will love Allah much and Allah will love them. The question that we need to ask ourselves, does Allah love us? Then do we really love Allah? May Allah forgive me for my shortcomings and my sins. May Allah Ta'ala accept my Hajj. And may Allah Ta'ala accept all of the du'as that I made for everyone here and those that I didn't even ask you. Because truly, if I had ever seen your face, it passed across my eyes in Arafat. And I made dua for you, even if I didn't remember your name. Inshallah Ta'ala. I'll take any of your questions, inshallah. You had one earlier.
Yeah, I was just wondering, you spoke about inside Masjid Nabawi and the great Rasulullah. So do they still give some time during the day where the sisters can
Yes, there are certain times in the week and in the day, certain hours in the day where sisters only, they block it off. They actually block it off where only sisters can go through and give their silhouettes upon the Prophet ﷺ and their silhouette upon Abu Bakr and Umar. I don't know how much the pushing and shoving is up in there, so I only know about the brothers, but I'm quite sure that there's some shoving and pushing up in there with them sisters. Because I heard a couple of screams as I was walking, So I can just imagine somebody was cussing somebody out. So, but mashallah. Yes, sir. Wa alaikum salam.
I was going to ask, when you got to Mecca, what gate did you enter
Into the house. Into the house. It was gate 28. And there's 104 gates now. There's 104 gates, and they're still building. They're about every hotel that you see close. If you see a modern picture of the Haramain, every hotel that you see close, they're planning on knocking them down one by one and extending this joint even more. This thing is humongous, and it's 4 floors, right? So now, okay, to make Tawaf on the first floor 7 times, that's 5 miles, 5.1 miles. If you go on the second floor, it's 10.7. If you go on the third floor, it's 17.6. For 7. So I did it on the first floor. So you know I was feeling good, Froggy. I got on the second floor. Oh man, I was whoa, wait a minute. Man, by the time I got to the 4th, I was like, A'udhu Billah. Yeah, Allah. And people just they move, right? They move. I mean, I was like, oh, snap. This is serious. So the total amount of walking that we did, I calculated, brother had his little calculator. All the walking we did, Mina, Arafat, all the Tawafs, it came out to 62.6 miles. The shoes that I got, they out. They're gone. They're gone. They were sketches. They're gone, man. They're gone. My right foot was swollen up, man. I was looking like the elephant man. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Gone. You got to have you some good shoes. If you got bad feet, flat feet, whatever kind of feet, if you are not a walk, we say we walkers, we not walkers. Because we don't have to walk to our jobs every day. We don't walk to the grocery store every day. These people walk everywhere. If they catch a ride, alhamdulillah. But it ain't nothing for them to bust up, put something on their back and say, okay, I'm walking 6 miles. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's a different type of walk. Now, in Tawaf, in Sa'i, when you're doing Safa and Marwa, you putting out energy, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, if you got some breathing things, you better have your oxygen tank right there with you and keep on going. You got to have your inhaler. If you got to do the wheelchair, do the wheelchair. Because I did 2 Umrahs after the last Umrah, I couldn't walk. I did the wheelchair, and I wasn't chained. I was cool. Right. I was like, and that dude was moving too, right? I mean, he was moving, and we was on the 2nd floor. And can you imagine the buttercup that somebody gets for pushing somebody? Because every time you do your 7 tawafs, you stand behind the maqam of Ibrahim and you do 2 rakats, right? So every time he pushes somebody, he stops and makes his 2 rakats. Can you imagine? I've seen people on their hospital beds, rolling up in there, holding one finger up, going around, somebody pushing them into walks. Blind people. I saw the most, and I got pictures.